Greeting everyone. First of all, thank you to the DSA for help and organizing this conference, and also thank you to the conveners for giving us time to present our research. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ahnaf. I am from Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta, Indonesia, and this is my colleague.
Greetings, everyone. I am Nadhif Musyaffa from Universitas Muhammadiyah, Yogyakarta, Indonesia.
Okay. On this good occasion, we will present our research entitled How the Company that Develop Innovation and Digital Technology Encourage the Gender Equality in Indonesia, ShopeeFood as a case study. We have two backgrounds on this research. The first background is Industrial Revolution 4.0 has increased the use of technology and significantly changed the existing industry in Indonesia. And the second one is one of the industry that have seen the most visible change is the motorcycle taxi transportation from conventional to online service. This innovation plays an important role in this industry. Firstly, this innovation in the motorcycle taxi industry make it possible to increase and reach a wider market and business partners. Secondly, the existence of systems that reach wider and further service can increase the income of these online motorcycle taxi drivers. Further than that, the existence of the innovation helps the absorption of labor, which previously could not be done by the conventional motorcycle taxi drivers service industry. Thirdly, the innovation in the online motorcycle taxi industry encourage women to work as a man because women are allowed to enter and work as a driver, which previously were only filled by the men. The participation of women in this industry allow the women to have additional income and improve their welfare. And the last one is, this phenomenon is not only seen as a way for women to meet economic demand, but also a way to shift the gender paradigm that women can more be equal with men. Despite those opportunities from this innovation, there are problems existing regarding the scope of gender. The problem is like gender bias, sexual harassment, and female driver safety issues. This problem is in the form of gender bias, discrimination or harassment received by the female motorcycle taxi drivers. Bias, discrimination to harassment experienced by the female motorcycle taxi drivers in the form of being bullied, to physical abuse such being hugged, beaten, and so on. As a result, this harassment triggers fear, trauma, and things that are detrimental to female motorcycle taxi drivers. This is accordance with the results of previous studies that women who work in jobs that are dominated by the men in Indonesia, and in this case, becoming online motorcycle taxi drivers, are vulnerable to harassment. The impact of harassment on female online motorcycle taxi drivers consists of feeling insecure, sad, angry, worried that harassment will happen on her again.
All right, thank you so much, Muhammad, for your presentation. And here in our research, we have one intriguing question for our discussion. That is, how ShopeeFood solve the gender inequality with preventing sexual harassment threat in the scope of technology innovation? Kind of interesting. Next, please. Next. And to understand this case, we will use feminism perspective. Feminism perspective in general is the belief in social, economic, and political equality for both sexes, men and women. And also in this feminism perspective that we use, regarding to online transportation industries, feminism supports the equal quantity or the amount of number, men and women, of workers in the work field. So quantity matters here. Next, please. All right. So there are problems in the online transportation industry, as Muhammad have mentioned before. First of all, huge sexual harassment risk. Why? Because the majority of those online transportation industries offer transportation for passenger service or taking passenger from one point to another, which has really huge risks for sexual harassment. Moreover, laws regarding sexual harassment have not been made or been implemented very well because of many issues, such as religious conservatism, patriarchic social environment, and also less sexual education. In addition, there are many still sexual harassment cases in Indonesia. Imagine, based on the data from Indonesian Central Bureau of Statistics, there are still 400,000 sexual harassment cases that happened in only 1 year. That's the data in 2021. Actually, the online transportation industries have been collaborating with Indonesian National Commission Against Violence Against Women, or in Indonesia we can say Komnas Perempuan. But victims often experience trauma. Moreover, Indonesian societies are still using victim blaming strategies to cover these sexual harassment issues instead of supporting the victims. So that these problems created negative domino effect, which is, first of all, please next. First of all, women are not keen on working in this scope because of huge sexual harassment risk. And then as an effect, men flood as workers. The quantity, the gap of the men and women regarding to the quantity of the workers will be really high. And then gender inequality in the economical scope happens, and that's really bad. Please next. But here we will bring ShopeeFood, one corporation in Indonesia, as a solution regarding to this problem in online transportation industry. Next. ShopeeFood, in this case, has a different approach in terms of online transportation industry. So this is kind of unique. ShopeeFood only provides food delivery online service to the customers. Food delivery only. Technically, ShopeeFood drivers only take foods that have been ordered by the customers from the restaurant, and then they will give the food to the customers. Absolutely. Please, next. This service is able to reduce physical contact between customer and driver. In line, ShopeeFood Corporation only makes digital payment programs from the customers to the drivers. No cash. Moreover, in this pandemic era, physical contact has been reduced a lot because of health awareness from the people. So that as a result, it can prevent sexual harassment effectively and efficiently because there will be no physical contact, almost no physical contact at all. And then, please, next. As a result, this is, first of all, these are also domino effect, but positive domino effect, yeah, as a solution. As a result, this can help women to encourage themselves to be drivers of ShopeeFood, because sexual harassment risks, can be reduced almost totally. And then, according to feminist perspective that we have mentioned before, this condition can reduce the gap of inequalities in the scope of gender, which will be very useful for women to be economically prosperous. All right, sustainable balanced future cannot be accomplished, absolutely, if 50% of human population is still degraded and have less opportunity to get access to be empowered economically. That's all from us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your attention.